The world is going digital at a really remarkable pace. In the time that I have been an adult, now 57, we have come from Bakelite telephones and telex machines to this, a world where almost everybody, regardless of country or origin, is reachable by a few keystrokes. Absolutely amazing. So of course, this brings us enormous potential for all kinds of communication, and the one this article is about is marketing. Most of what we produce on this planet is for commercial purposes, and the trick is, of course, for the producer or seller to find a buyer. The buyer also needs to find a supplier. Add to this all kinds of messages that are out there trying to connect, and we have a marketplace. The old ways to connect producer and consumer we all are very familiar with. TV, newspapers, billboards. We have grown up and lived our lives under a veritable onslaught of commercial messages. And now this has spread to the internet. It was of course inevitable. This is something that we can see as tiresome. We can also see this as an enormous opportunity, because the world online is new and changing all the time. Even as I am writing this, it is like the old Wild West, full of opportunity for those who are able to adjust and to see the possibilities. But how does this work? If you look at this from a marketing point of view, it could look a nightmare. All these potential customers, but how can one reach the right people? It is diversified and spread all over without any real structure or logic, is it not? So finding the right audience for whatever one wishes to promote is a real challenge, and a very good business opportunity for people who can come up with strategies and implementing these. If for one moment we imagine what tools and environment a person working with online marketing would need: a peaceful place to concentrate, a working computer and internet access would do it. For most of us, the peaceful place is our home, and there we also have a computer and internet. What would we need more than these? We would need knowledge how to do it, and we would need help and access to people, at least in the beginning. When we learned enough, we could in our turn maybe also teach others. Do we need to be technical-minded geniuses to learn? This one is easy to answer with an emphatic no. With the right kind of teaching, almost everybody can learn. A person who can read and write in English and operate a computer and use mail and surf the net can learn this, even in a very short time. I have heard of people who just in a few weeks' time have learned enough to start working and earning an income with this. For myself, it took 3 months to get going. For me, I can say that the journey has been a real blast and continues to be so. Earlier I often wondered how, for example, when in Facebook some ad caught my attention, and I wondered how they managed to get one so suited for people like me in front of my eyes. Now I know how they do it, or why when I googled something, there always came up as first suggestions something with little yellow labels on. Now I know that too. When we hear the word marketing, we often associate this with selling. Some people have a hard time trying to sell stuff they will feel unnatural and uncomfortable. But marketing really is about getting the object in front of a buyer's eyes. Often the selling is done by other people. So if one can earn a living by doing marketing work, it does not automatically mean that the same person has anything to do with selling the object. He/she just puts the object under the eyes of a buyer. This is something that most of us are capable of learning, and a great way either to get extra income or maybe even earn an income that makes it possible to be self-sufficient. Think for a moment how nice it would be to wake up in the morning with money rolling into the bank account and not having to go anywhere to do work. To be able to live like that has not been possible earlier for more than a few people, but now, thanks to new technology, it is suddenly in reach for most of us. We just have to recognize and grasp this possibility. This surely is something that is worth pursuing, is it not?